Hey everyone, Tony here. Today I want to share with you guys something new, at least for me, in collecting, and that is professional sumo cards. But before we get into that, I just want to make a quick plug. You might know that I've started a vintage Japanese sports card and memorabilia blog. It's called Nippon Baseball Retro. I'll put the link to it in the description. And I will also link you to a great YouTube channel that I've been getting into more recently that kind of inspired me to get these sumo cards that I'll show you in a little bit. And that's Sumo Menko Man. This is a great channel. He shows pretty much mainly what you'd expect sumo cards. And those are, most of his channel. He does show some baseball too, some like, he does some breakdowns of like Otani cards and things like that. So go over and check it out. I'll link him in the description as well. So yeah, let's look at these cards. So this is from a pretty new sumo product. So yes, over here they do release professional sumo cards. This is from BBM, which makes the baseball cards, of course. And this is the fairly recent sumo product called Hibiki, or I guess Resonance. And so this is the one pack, kind of crumpled up. I think I had problems opening it. So this is kind of what not kind of, this is what the bag looks like. Now, this product is pretty simple, just as kind of like a product review to start off. So, of course, it is professional sumo. It's only the top most division of professional sumo. There are several divisions in the pros, although realistically speaking, the top two divisions are the only ones that you could legitimately call pro. The lower ranks are, in professional sumo are kind of semi-pro at best, but I won't get into all that. So let's take a look at the cards. So in the top division, there are 42 wrestlers, and this product, the base set, the kind of base cards, although I think they're all sort of numbered, even cards that are kind of like inserts, they're all just numbered sequentially. But the base set is basically you have this design of the sumo wrestler or rikishi standing there, and it shows his name both in kanji and letters or romaji on the side there. And then over here, this gives his rank and then what stable, training stable, basically training facility he belongs to. And so this card has a green background, and these cards are color coded based on the wrestler's rank. So as you can see, I have a bunch of green cards, and these are all wow, dropping them. That's not good. You can see I have all these green cards. These are all different wrestlers. All of these wrestlers are with a green background are the lowest rank of the top division of sumo. So this rank is called Maegashira, and there are the lion's share of the wrestlers in the top division are of this lowest rank, and they are also within their rank. They are given kind of a numerical hierarchy. So like the first Maegashira is actually higher ranked than like the 12th Maegashira. And then there's also East and West within two wrestlers at each numerical rank. I won't get into all that. partially just because of time, but then also partially because I am not the expert on sumo, so at least at this point, well, I'll never be, but you know. So just to show you guys a couple more of these. What's really cool about these cards is looking at all of the wrestlers' mawashi, or kind of the apron they wear, the kind of, I guess you could say, loincloth slash apron when it's unfurled during sort of like not when they're wrestling, but you know they have this sort of decorative version that they wear sort of in, pre-match, pre-tournament ceremonies and things like that. And these Malashi, of course, generally have sponsors on them, advertise, even though it might not look like it. Sometimes they're kind of dressed up very beautifully and things like that. But generally, they have sponsors on them. It is professional sumo, even though sumo is hundreds of years old, millennia even. It's still professional, and therefore you're gonna have, sponsors and things like that. You can't avoid it. So even though they have a lot of ancient traditions in sumo, you still get things like this one is one of my favorites, Piazza Hotel. um, very a little more blatant, I would say, than some of the other ones. But so anyway, these green ones are, like I said, they're color coded by their individual rank, and so I'll move up the next rank, and actually, oh yes, I do. So earlier I said that this product is kind of simple, and I think it definitely is, and that's like a good thing, in that it's very no nonsense. So there's no parallels in this product. You're basically you're trying to build the base set, and while they're color coded by rank, uh, there are no parallels of like the base cards. There's a chase inserts that are numbered, and then you can also get autographs too. But that's pretty much it in terms of like bells and whistles. You're really just trying to build this base set, um, which I would actually at this point would love to do, because I think these will look great in a binder with all the wrestlers kind of in the same pose, right? So anyway, I'll keep moving up. So the next rank up in the top division is called Komusubi. And I have this card of the wrestler, the Rikishi Abi. And as you can see, it's blue. So the Komusubi will have a blue background, although these last four ranks, there are far fewer wrestlers in these top four ranks than there are Mayagashira, so there aren't really that many uh, blue backgrounded cards. And in fact, I think Abi at this point is actually the next rank up. So this card is already a little bit dated. Wrestlers can move up and down the ranks, and indeed they do so sometimes pretty quickly. Basically, how professional sumo works is throughout the year, there are six tournaments. They're called Grand Sumo tournaments, and there are six per year, basically every other month. There's three here in Tokyo, and then there are three others that I believe, Osaka, Nagoya, and probably one in Kyushu, I think. But three are here in Tokyo. So yeah, as the wrestlers enter the tournaments, every other month, and depending on their performance, can move up and down the individual ranks, right? So, like I said, Abi, I believe, is the next rank up, which is called Sekiwake. But I don't have any Sekiwake cards from this set. Although, like I said, I think Abi is a Sekiwake now. So I don't know what color Sekiwake is, but the rank up from Sekiwake, I have two different cards here. So for example, this is Hoshoryu, and this rank, this is the second highest rank of Ozeki. And the Ozeki get this yellow background. So I have another uh, Kirishima. And then finally, I was actually fortunate. I was lucky. I bought a few packs of this, and I was lucky enough to pull the big man himself. So the highest rank of sumo is called Yokozuna, and that's probably a term you've heard before. There was I believe, a professional WWE wrestler Yokozuna, if I'm not mistaken. Yokozuna is the highest rank, and as you can see, immediately what sets the Yokozuna apart are their wearing of this ceremonial rope. Yokozuna in Japanese literally means horizontal rope, which refers to this garment, ceremonial garment, vestment that they wear, uh, when ceremonial purposes, pre tournament, and things like that. Of course, they do not wear it when they're wrestling. So this is the current only active Yokozuna wrestler of the highest rank. Teru no Fuji is actually a Mongolian, and Mongolians have actually dominated sumo for the last couple decades in particular, and I'll get more into that in a little bit. But Teruno Fuji is, I believe, on his way out. I think he's expected to retire soon. Um, but yeah, I was there. So there is only one Yokozuna right now. There does not have to be a Yokozuna, and there can be multiple Yokozuna. But for now, there is only one Teruno Fuji. And like I said, he might um, retire soon. So speaking of Yokozuna, I also picked up for. I was very pleased at how affordable it was. I got a card. I found a card of basically the undisputed goat of professional sumo. And that is a recently retired, a couple years back, wrestler by the name of Hakuho. And this is Hakuho. Of course, Yokozuna. He was, as I said, he is definitely the GOAT. This is not really up for debate that Hakuho is the greatest sumo wrestler of all time. So, as I mentioned before, there are 6 Grand Sumo tournaments per year, every other month. Hakuho won throughout his roughly, I think, 20-year career in professional sumo. In the top division, he won 45 of those tournaments, which is ludicrous. That I mean, the next one down, I want to say, is 30 something, but Hakuho is pretty much untouchable. He only recently retired a couple years ago. Like I said, this is a 2015 BBM, and it also, I got this one because it says SCM original card, so I think this is a promotion of some kind. I believe so. That's Sports Card Magazine. I know there were some BBM baseball cards that did this SCM promotion as well. I believe some Shohei Ohtani rookie cards uh, bear. Some of them are promotional versions like that. So I had to get the promotional version of sumo's goat, Hakuho. Also, like I said, also a Mongolian. The Mongolians in the last couple decades have dominated sumo, but Hakuho, sumo's Tom Brady, basically. And I believe that, yeah, that is like kind of a corny analogy, but I believe Hakuho entered professional sumo in 2001, which is like pretty much around the same time that Tom Brady entered football, and they both kind of ended their careers around the same time. So we're calling Hakuho the Tom Brady of sumo. So some other stuff that I was going to show, but I think I will just end it here and show those in another video, just to, yeah, not make it super duper long. So once again, just a reminder, do check out my vintage Japanese sports card blog, Nippon Baseball Retro, link in the description, and check out Sumo Menko Man. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.